Heretofore, when we, and I'm talking about in the modern generation, because if you read the scripture, the prophets did a lot of scientific things. We don't recognize that because, well, we think it's the church. But heretofore, we felt that prophecy was aesthetic, and you just gave the word of the Lord, and if the people believed it, it happened, and if they didn't, it didn't happen. And so we have not considered that God, every part of God's theology, predictive or not, has a technology. I mean, we go back to Genesis. You would love this. We go back to Genesis 3, and it says the woman will what? Bear seed. She will produce a seed, okay? Conceive a seed. Now, women carry eggs. We don't carry seeds. But yet that prophecy traveled down the line in the genetic pool, the gene pool of all that came from Eve to finally end up at Isaiah 7:12. They say the virgin will bear a child. And we end up with Jesus. But what does he say? A body you have prepared for me. And so that's one of the things. If it's going to show up in this word as more than sound, there has to be a process that enables it to do so. I often tell people prophecy is private and spiritual and exclusive to God until it gets in our world. When it gets in our world, it has to find a body. And having found that body, it has to begin to breed itself in that body until it becomes a being. Genesis, in the beginning, God said, and it was so. God said, let there be light. Today, we have light, light technology. We can't do anything without light, but he spoke it. So everything, and I say this about prophecy, but to be honest with you, everything has a word of verbalization first. First you say, and then you do. First you say, and then you do. So that's one of the things. Think about that. You think about the technology of putting the tabernacle together. Aha! Is that a lot? I mean, we have architecture, we have construction, we have weights, we have measures, we have a whole bunch of things. Think about how that works. And we want to take it even further. Let's think about the Levitical priesthood and how Moses told them how to handle the medical issues of God's people. So today we have, all of that has been taken over by other gods, other religions, or secularity. But it still began with God. God is still speaking and performing. So I don't know if that answers your question, but there is a whole lot of the biologic piece, because everything about prophecy and everything about God, God's creator. So anything comes out of his mouth has got to take on a biological form, a physiological construction, and that speaks to process.